Hello YouTubers, this is an update from my previous video where I tried to make a two-wheel drive Chinese clone electric longboard. If you remember the previous video, the board very nearly worked. There were two problems. One was that it would pull to one side and the brakes were too sharp. Well, pulling to one side, I diagnosed it being this motor. It's a Chinese clone electric longboard motor, but it's from the first generation and is not quite the same as the current generation. So I replaced that with the current generation motor. So you've got one at the front there and one at the back, and they're identical. The other problem was the speed controllers. These are the stock speed controllers and the brakes are too sharp. So I got rid of those and I wanted to try these. Show you these Hobbyking marine ones rated at 120 amps. Other electric skateboard builders have used those. They've used these on their boards. I wanted to give it a go. So I removed those, fitted those speed controllers and the two exact same motors, and rode it around for a couple of days. And what are the results? Well, that first problem of the board pulling to one side, that's completely gone. It now tracks perfectly. Having two of the exact same motor solves that problem. The whole push-pull combination is extraordinarily good. All the advantages of the previous video, acceleration, going up hills, all of that is still there. It just now tracks the way it should. The speed controllers, did they work? Well, in a word, no. The previous ones, as you know, broke far too sharply. It would keep throwing me off. With these, they have brakes, supposedly. You'd never know it. They're far too soft. I would never ride this board in traffic, on the road, or going downhill with these speed controllers. It's just too dangerous. So yeah, I can't really recommend these. Not for electric longboards and skateboards anyway. This is an example of how bad the brakes are. That's terrible. To try and improve matters with the speed controllers, I did get a program card. This makes programming the speed controllers much easier. Otherwise you have to do that daft process of going through various forward and rear taps and stuff and beeps and things, and it's just a pain. This is much easier, but there's no setting for the brakes. It's either off or on, so that didn't really help. This was really a stab in the dark, really. I tried different receivers. One of these is from the first generation, one's from the current generation of Chinese clone electric longboards. You can tell from the different hand controllers, but nope, that didn't change things at all. Weirdly, programming the speed controllers, if I was to do it manually, not via the program card, the first generation hand controller had a better time of it than the current generation. But that doesn't matter, because I don't recommend these. I was going to show you guys how to program these speed controllers using the program card. But I don't really want anyone hurting themselves on my accounts. I don't want anyone going out buying these, using my video as a reference, and then having an accident. So I'm not going to do that. By the way, me mucking around with different receivers and stuff, that is why you find the board in the state of disrepair that it is. So the results of all this, well, it's a success. We've now established that using stock components, a two-wheel drive push-pull combination board does indeed work. The only thing you have to take in consideration is not to use the stock speed controllers or these, but rather as we established in a previous video, use a VESC, or rather two of them. We know these work perfectly on electric skateboards. So two of those placed here, and you've done it. You've made your two-wheel drive electric longboard. However, I do know not everyone wants to spend money on two of these. I also know I don't want to keep trying to use compromise solutions, and by that I mean using radio control, car or boat speed controllers. So I want to find something else that might do the trick but cheaper than a VESC. I found Alien Electronics online, their website. They look very good. They specialise in all electric vehicle speed controllers for things from cars, bikes, motorbikes, skateboards, everything in between, not radio control stuff. So I've ordered their cheapest one, which is for electric skateboards, and when it arrives, as usual, I'm going to fit it on my board, this test board here, and give it a go, make a video of it and let you know. I've ordered just the one for now, but it's like the VESC. If one works for one motor, it's a formality getting two of them and fitting it. So give me time for that to arrive and fit it, and I'll make a video about it.